Hey everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Quick bench update today. We have the latest issue of Model Cars Magazine, issue 226. I'm going to go over a little bit of this, as well as a show shout out for an event that's this weekend, the 29th, that Amanda and I are going to be traveling to and making a long weekend out of. So stick around. Let's cut this puppy open and see what's in the mag. First up, a show shout out for this weekend, March the 29th in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. This is hosted by the Grand Scale Modelers, and this will be the first time that I've been to this event, and Amanda and I are going to make a long weekend of it and just enjoy some salt air. We're going to have a good time though. You can head over to the website or go to IPMS USA and pull up events. This will be right up front because it's this weekend. Or you can just scan the QR code there for their website. You'll pull up this flyer, all of the entry forms. You can print all that stuff out and be ready to go when you get there. Your categories are listed, rules, all of that stuff. Easy location to find there near the airport. If you are coming, be sure you come over and say hey to Amanda and I. I'll be covering the show as well, and I really look forward to this little getaway. All right, magazines. I want to talk to you about magazines in general for a minute. This is the latest issue of Model Cars Magazine, issue 226. And I really look forward to this one because it's got the Acme coverage in it as well. But you know, guys, let's support these. There is so many great inspirations, how-to articles. There's so many things in these magazines that are so helpful. I know they are to me, and I know I've heard from other modelers the same thing. But this is not the only resource. You've got a lot of other resources out there. And I suggest subscribing to all of these. It's well worth it. It really is. If you're into the hobby any depth, this is worth having. And the newest magazine on the market, and one I absolutely fell in love with from the first issue, is Auto Modeler. I think this is like their fourth issue, and the fifth one will be out next month. Scott is doing just an absolutely outstanding job with this. And to be a fresh new magazine, he's hit this thing out of the ballpark too. So great how-tos, great articles, new stuff, great stuff. And if you are a member of IPMS, the International Plastic Modelers Society, you get bi-monthly the journal. And there's some great stuff in this. And yes, it is military, automotive, armor, ships. Everything is covered. But let me tell you, I've mentioned before, a lot of the stuff I learned about photo etch, how to bend it, how to stretch it, how to turn it, how to do all of these things, I learned by reading the shipbuilding stuff in these things. This is just absolutely awesome information. Just a great magazine. And also, you have Fine Scale Modeler. Now, Fine Scale Modeler is another one that Kellenbach is the parent company that owned Scale Auto Enthusiast as well. And they still do every year. Well, now their bi-monthly issues still have automotive content in them, but this one is one they put out once a year, and it's contest cars. And this is various contests. As you see here, there's a list of the contests from around the country. And you've got some really great, inspiring picks there as well. So just awesome stuff. So we don't hurt for publications. But I encourage you guys, get into these things if you want to get inspired, get some great ideas, and learn about new stuff that's coming out. We're covered. Okay, issue 226. Our buddy Tim Brown over at Throttle Power did a page by page, so I'm going to do it. If you want to see it kind of slowed down, go over there and check out Tim's coverage page by page of this, kind of slow, but I want to hit a few things in here that I think are just really cool. After I cut it open, I kind of thumbed through it real quick before I got back to this issue, but right up front in the table of contents, you've got my buddy Jay Savarise's Budweiser. Check that out. And guys, this does not do it justice. You really need to get the mag. But there's a few things in here I want to share with you that just stood out for me. Great, great stuff. One of the things I like to hit first is Workbench worthy, new products, things like that, because there's always something new. The LEDs in so many different sizes and brightnesses and colors you can get in from a number of locations, but when it comes to prices and stuff that's made specifically for model cars, this is the way to go. But you got to see this. This is from Barchetta. I think that's the way you pronounce it anyway. And if I'm wrong, forgive me, guys. But check these headlight lenses out. Now, look at these right here. You know what? Let me take the camera down so you can see these a little better. I want you to let me get in the light here some. Can you see that? The aluminum kind of backs, and the detail in these is something. And then you've got just the lenses, a pack of just the lenses. And in addition to the round, you also have the square ones, like in a lot of the more modern cars later on. So, and great engraving, as I've read here, just absolutely awesome stuff. And of course, as you can see in here, you've got all of the goodies from Model Roundup, Slicks Decals. And if you have not visited Slicks Decals website lately, you need to head over there and check them out too. This UV curing putty, I'm interested in that too. Speaking of IPMS Journal, there's a little ad for them. Just so much great inspiration. And I mean, check that out. Just absolutely great wiring. I mean, that's almost a real car. And let me get over here. This I have been reading, and when I finish, this is the article I'm going back to. This is cool. But I do want to share with you a couple things that I thought were really, really awesome. If I can find them. Now, this is another one I want to get into as well. Y'all know I've done the 55 sedan delivery, as well as the 40 Ford, several of the 40 Fords too. And this 40, I've got to do one of these too. I think I've got one in my stash. I just need to dig it out. But this one is, as it says, a tale of two mid-century, pre-war and post-war. It's really cool. All right, let me get over here to what I'm looking for. And by the way, if you're doing one of the models of the 22 Corvettes or up, this article by my buddy Tim Kalankowitz, absolutely an awesome piece of work. I love those white, kind of a gray-white seats in there. That just, wow. And this is what I want to share with you. Okay. Most of us, I'm sure, remember these things from way back. You've got the mailbox chopper, the Tiki Trike, the Torque Trike, Taco Trike, Milk Trike, and the Cobra Trike. Well, some of you may remember, and I'll try to put the picture right up here, of the one that I combined two of them. I took the Milk Trike, and I cut those little flares off back near the back tires, and I cut the fenders off of the Taco Trike, and I grafted them on here. Also changed out the engine to a Chevy 350, and instead of the handlebars being in the interior, I put a photo etched steering wheel in there. Replaced these little springs up front with real springs, as well as I did what they did in this too, and that's used the photo etch front wheel, like you can get for the dragsters. But those things are so cool. And then there's a little how-to thing on some of the stuff, updating it and that kind of thing. So really, really cool stuff. But these things, I have seen more and more of these trikes at the shows here lately. In fact, I'm thinking about breaking mine back out. I really never took it to many shows, just a few. But I'm thinking about breaking these puppies back out, and or mine back out. And I've got an idea for the mail trike with the fenders off of the Torque Trike, but I don't know. I love kit bashing this kind of stuff too. Yes, the coverage from the Southern Nationals and the Acme Southern Nationals in Atlanta. Here's Bradley's Best of Show winning 40 Ford Custom, and this thing does not do it justice. So kudos, Sparkles. This was just absolutely an awesome piece of work. Great inspiration here, and some things that'll make you change your mind sometimes too, guys. This Henry J right here, and let me tell you something, I have never been a fan of the Henry J. I always thought that was just an ugly little car. But every time I see one, it's either a gasser or something, just something that don't do anything for me. This is absolutely awesome. I would drive that. Just so cool, so cool. And this was your winner for the Mustang. You got a kind of a curbside there, like it'd be on the racetrack, and a shop version, which I really like the way he did that too. Just absolutely awesome, awesome, awesome stuff. And in the Mustang class, Tim Brown, I think, had one of the most creative ideas, putting a flying Stang, but that was absolutely awesome. Really enjoyed that. All of these Mustangs were really something. The color on this one from Lewis was absolutely awesome, and that wide body stuff was great. And this one by our buddy Joseph Demansky, this was a top 10 as well, but if you go into a Buc-ee's, you're going to see that sitting in there, and there you go. But absolutely a fun build. And that's some creativity. I wouldn't have thought of that. Jay Savarise's Budweiser car again. Dale Jr.'s Daytona winner. And there's, I was just honored to make it myself there with the 32nd scale car. And, you know, I did a few videos back, I did from Jeff Marsh. Well, it's been a while, but I did Now That's Cool on this F1. And let me tell you, I encourage you, if you have not seen this thing up close, go back in the archives and check it out. This thing, as you're looking at it, you can smell gas fumes. It is just absolutely awesome. And speaking of Now That's Cool, in one of my segments, I think about a week or so ago, I did one on Gene King, and this was one of the cars that we looked at, and it was also there. And our buddy Wayne Stevens, I mean, that Pro Mod, wow. And my man Clay Kemp, my buddy going back a lot of years. This is a 1/20th scale Salvino's kit, and let me tell you, he took it off the hook again, as Clay is used to doing. I think he's like me. It's not easy to do one straight out of the box without adding something. But man, he added the kitchen sink to this one too, and I mean, wow. Awesome, awesome stuff. But that's another thing, guys. All of these magazines have the coverage, show coverages, just great stuff. From Smokey and the Bandit. That's Alex. I've seen this a few times, and it is a great piece of work. But all of this stuff is so inspiring between the paint designs. Sometimes a paint job will inspire me to do a car that I've never really thought about. But just great stuff. Great, great stuff. And they've also covered the Classic Plastic Model Show from Massachusetts. So you get to see what's going on all around the country. Check out the stance on that thing and those rear tires. This is the kind of thing that inspires me too, guys. I get excited about these things. And as Tim said, this is so cool to have lawn service, and you've got your goodies in the back, and then you've got all of your trimmers and your riding mower, or cool stuff. And then you've got a show in, of all places, Hawaii. I tell you what, guys, let's save up our pennies and let's all meet at this show next year. We'll just all go to Hawaii. Wouldn't that be fun? And this one, guys, is this satin red on that extended cab. And that was your best of show winner. But if you can see under the hood a little bit there, all the more reason you need to subscribe to these mags. Just absolutely great coverage of some great modelers around the country. And you know, another thing is, this is another way we get to see stuff from around the country, all over the country, other modelers that we may never get to meet other than through maybe our YouTube channels or these magazines. And this is the section in here on kit reviews. There's your parts. And I encourage you again, guys, subscribe or hit your hobby shop or bookstore and see if you can scoop up. And most of these have back orders. And the DeLorean. I think there was one of those up at, or two of those up at Roanoke. And one of my favorites, the 71-72 Dodge Charger. Reissue from AMT. And you know I've got this one, the Mercury pickup. Cool stuff. But guys, that's it for this go round. Did want to share that with you, and I do, again, I know I'm beating that in the ground, but I encourage you, go ahead, check out the magazines. Auto Modeler, Scott, like I said, has got it really going on right now too. All of these guys have their ducks in a row. So expand your knowledge, educate yourself, buy some books. All right, guys. That's it. I'll be covering the show, as I said, in Myrtle Beach, and also I'm gonna ramble here for a minute. I've got a couple other videos I want to get done. Got a lot done on the Mustang. I want to start trying to put a video together on that too, probably next week sometime. I've got another book review that I have taken way too long to get finished, but it'll be worth it, trust me. All right, guys. Remember, Jesus loves you. So does Hobby Do. See you in the next video.